Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel, Trophy Food Experiences. My name is Tony. Today I'm doing a review of a restaurant called Say Mercy. It's located at 4298 Fraser Street in Vancouver. I was interested in this restaurant because it made the top 100 list of the top 100 restaurants in Canada. Number 78. Its owner also owns the Mackenzie Room, which is another noted restaurant. So I wanted to check it out before the Michelin star guide comes out, and just wanted to see what I thought about it myself before the guide came out. Early impressions, very good. Staff was very welcoming. We actually went very early. They were full up and it's on weekends, so we got an early reservation. So it wasn't that crowded when we got there, and we're kind of noting how come the music was so loud. We actually figured out why, because as it filled up, it was really packed and loud. In the restaurant, really like a bar atmosphere, very nice vibe. I wouldn't say like, bad, but it was noisy, and so we could figure out why the music was so loud. Anyway, so very nice seating area. Like the whole presentation, nice vibe, like a neighborhood type vibe. Everyone was friendly. So started off with a sweet tea, which is $4. House-made sweet tea with lemon, so I thought it was a nice touch. This is kind of an Italian American Southern barbecue combination fusion restaurant, so kind of neat. We started out with some of the appetizers, or what they call small dishes. This is their Amberjack crudo for $18, orange, sun-dried olives, lemon, olive oil, and serrano peppers. These are kind of shared dishes, and we had 4 people, and it was kind of nice to have these type of shared dishes, just enough for each one to have a bite. I really liked that style. This was a very strong dish to start with. Really liked the Amberjack. Really liked the pairing with the orange and all the other ingredients. Really liked it. So beautiful dish, and it does remind me a little bit of the plating of Published on Main. Next dish, another strong dish. This was the barbecue tartare. It was the Bradner Farm beef, smoke emulsion, hickory sticks, pickles, and braduro for $17. Another strong dish, very flavorful. The only thing I would say is look at the dishes coming up. Some of it looks quite similar. So in terms of the plating and the design. Next dish, another winner in my book. It was the meatballs for $19. Pork and beef, tomato compote, fried basil, grand Padano. Another strong dish. Really like the flavors. And right now we've had 3 mains, 3 smart starters. We thought, wow, this is going really well. We can understand why they were rated top 100. So, but the nice thing when you have 4 people is you actually can eat more food. And as we round it through the menu, then there was a little bit of unevenness. Next dish was the Caesar salad, iceberg radicchio, white anchovies, castelvestrano, grana padano, and croutons for $15. It was okay, but it's hard to make a Caesar salad shine, I guess. But it was some vegetables. That was kind of just an okay dish, but again, maybe I shouldn't expect that much from a Caesar salad. But the only thing that was striking was the anchovies. I could taste the anchovies, so that was a nice touch. But yeah, a little bit more ordinary than the other 3 dishes that we had. These are the mid dishes. So this was the seafood risotto, smoked manila clams, striped shrimp, Anjura vinaigrette, and problemo peppers for $28. It's actually a delicious looking dish, but you can't see it from the picture, but the dish is not very deep, so it's not a lot of food. It's just really, if you all put it into one pile, it would be just maybe 2 bites of risotto, not very much. Risotto was okay. It was, I thought, a little bit on the salty side, and it wasn't as creamy as I'd seen in other risottos. So I've had better risottos, but it's hard to make really good risotto. So again, it was not good, but it was not at the level of the first 3 dishes that we had. Next dish is the BBQ Bolo, which is spaghetti, pancetta, smoked pork butt, and grana padano. So if you notice, that's 3 dishes where you've used grana padano, which is a cheese. So maybe that's the cheese they prefer. And also, if you notice, this dish kind of looks similar to the barbecue tartare, similar to the meatballs. So just saying, and again, this was a dish where we were kind of split. Some people loved it. Some people thought they didn't like it because it's a little bit on the sweet side. I was kind of in the middle, saying it's a good dish, but again, not spectacular. This is a little bit of a mistake on our part. It says in it chicken and dumplings, so I'm thinking it's chicken and dumplings. It's actually a play on chicken and dumplings. It's kind of cute. It's actually mushrooms basically, right? So it's Grand Padano gnocchi again, sofrito, hen of the woods, and then herb butter sauce. So I think it's the mushrooms are supposed to look like chicken, and then you have dumplings with the gnocchi. So I'm not a vegetarian person, but again, it tasted a little bland to me. And again, maybe I was expecting chicken instead of mushroom, but it was a okay dish, but partly my fault for ordering it because that's the expectation. I was having chicken and dumplings. But again, the gnocchi was okay. It was a little mushy. It was a little bit bland, quite frankly. So again, this has a lot of same memories that I had it published in Maine. Very nice presentation of food. It was some really good dishes, some not so exceptional. But here the service was a little bit friendlier, although there was some inconsistency there also. Next dish we had was the Krio Kachochiriko, which is $34, Louisiana popcorn rice, shrimp, mussels, clam, and cod. It was an okay dish. I guess we already had a seafood risotto, so maybe we shouldn't have had this one. I like the spice on this dish, but it seemed to me that the starters were really good and really paved the way for our expectations. And then when we got to the mains and the mids, they were all perfectly fine, but just not exceptional. Next dish was the chicken fried veal Marsala for $35. Cream spinach and artichokes, hen of the woods, Marsala country gravy. Again, hen of the woods is a fungus. It's another ingredient that you hear again. And maybe it's because it doesn't bother other people because they don't eat through the whole menu. We actually basically ate most of the menu, so we do see different ingredients pop up again and platings kind of pop up again. Not a huge knock, but you do, that is something we note. So for this one, I again compared to published in Maine and their schnitzel. In that situation, that schnitzel was very small. This one was very big, so there was 2 big pieces of veal. I like the Marsala, like the spice in it. Was a little bit on the dry side, but again, a very nice dish in all in all. Then we came to desserts, and they only have 2 on the menu. They don't have any specials, so that's fine as long as they're really good. So the first one we had was the banana pudding cannoli. There's 2 pieces, chocolate and toffee crunch for $9. So I'm not a big fan of banana. Maybe that could be part of it, but it was a little bit mushy, so it didn't really impress me that much. So again, it was a decent dish, not bad, but not overly impressive. And then the other dish was for $10, the buttermilk orange panna cotta. Again, not a favorite of mine, but in a buttermilk panna cotta, orange olive oil cake, and orange granita. So I kind of judge things by, if something that I'm not crazy about and it's lovely to me, then it must be really good. So these were okay. They were not, so it's kind of within expectations. All in all, it was a great meal. I did notice that the service kind of was a little bit uneven at the end when they got busier. So they do have people kind of like other restaurants where they serve you not just one person, but the whole team serves you. That's great if everyone's friendly. But there was some hits and misses in terms of service. So sometimes it's preferable if you have really nice servers to stay with that server. But in this situation, it was a little uneven. It might sound like I'm very critical of this restaurant, but you know, there is expectation because you know it was in the top 100. I can see how it's there. It is very similar to my experience at Published Maine. Very nice plating. Pretty good service for the most part. I actually thought the service was a little bit better than Published. I think the food quality is quite good. On par with Published, maybe a little bit lower, but has some really strong starters. The appetizers and desserts are probably pretty good, with the desserts being the weakest link in all the food. But all in all, I quite liked it as a neighborhood restaurant. I would recommend it. And if it seems critical, I was just trying to be, you know, I have a very high expectation of this restaurant because it's top 100, but I still like this restaurant. Until next time, happy eating.